Rose Permachuk. I have been involved in musical organizations my whole life. Music has been my whole life, and I think that's because of my Ukrainian heritage. We were brought up with music all the time. My parents made sure that I attended rehearsals, but I love music. It has affected my whole life.
When I first got to meet Rose, it was through the Lethbridge Symphony. I joined basically as a youngster. Back then they didn't have very many violinists, and my father, Anthony Horvath, was one of the original members of the symphony, and I guess Rose kept telling him, well, your daughter plays pretty good already, get her to come and play with us. So I started with that. Rose was one of those adults who encouraged me and encouraged other young people throughout the years.
I joined the Kiwanis Club because the festival was there and I wanted to work with it. And of course, I stayed with it, and I was a bit sorry when we were wondering what we were going to do. It got to where the membership got older. There wasn't enough help there, and the people that were doing on the committees, it got to be a bit of work for us. So I am so glad that we've finally got this. We have a society formed, and it seems like it's working very well, and I really hope that it does in the future.
Rosa has been involved with festivals for years, and she is there to support in any capacity. Most recently, she helps organize the recognition of both the volunteers and the performers in the festival that are successful, that are at achieving awards and trophies. Her support of all of those people has been greatly appreciated by everyone, and we're not sure that the general public is aware of how much she has been doing.
Music is a healer. I always turn to music if anything is, if you're a little low or whatever. And I think maybe more people don't know how to express their artistic abilities. And I think that belonging to the Allied Arts certainly helps in that capacity.
Ever since we've opened Drunken Sailor, it's been really important to support the arts. I am an artist, and it's something that I know is important. Downtown was something that I knew I wanted the location to be because of the community. Art to the greater community is what builds a community. So it's part of what makes our community sing. It's what part shows where we need to improve. It's what part shows that what we've done. It's what makes us think. It's what makes us do. So it's a very important part of our community.
My relationship to Laura is, she's a friend, she's a mentor, she is an inspiration, and she is my boss. I remember the very first time, not the first interaction I have with Drunken Sailor, but I remember the first time we actually talked about the business, and she said to me that it is one of her largest art installments, one of her largest performance pieces, and I think that is really powerful. I think a lot of people think that Drunken Sailor is just retail.
With our customers, they have been one of the biggest things driving activism. So I've always been an activist, but our customers are activists as well. So anytime we've put a call out for anything, our customers are the one that's driving it. So the community itself, that's part of Drunken Sailor, helps activism, and I think we are something that starts it and facilitates it.
Sometimes when I have conversations with other artists in town or people that professionally do this for a living, it's strange to me that they have to fight to have the arts involved. And to me, it's just a part of living. And for Laura, I think it's really important that she can merge those two worlds. You know, I definitely don't think it's easy. Art comes a lot more naturally than business, but I think that being able to see those worlds coexist together so beautifully is why Drunken Sailor has been as successful as it has. And it also allows other people to realize that, like, there's a lot you can do with an arts degree. And there's a lot you can do. You know, art doesn't necessarily mean you have to be showing in galleries. It's not the conceptual understanding that Lethbridge might put forward, but art is in everything. It's in ordering clothes, and it's in how you brush your hair in the morning. It's everything, and Laura is just an embodiment of that.
I'm Paige McCann Sauter, and I'm the Executive Director of the Rehabilitation Society of Southwestern Alberta. We support people with disabilities in our community to be successful in their lives and in their goals in whatever ways they choose. So we do a lot of community-based activities that are involved in either volunteerism, employment, recreation, learning, personal growth.
The programs that we have here at the Ability Resource Centre include a Blackfoot creations class where the artists are learning how to do traditional beadwork and leather work. We also have a clay class. We have a craft class and a hobby class where we major in on fiber art and stitchery. And we also have 2 art classes, Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, as well as a drop-in art class on Thursday afternoon.
The Hoopla project was a project that was initiated by the Textile Surface Design Guild of Lethbridge. We were celebrating our 35th anniversary, and we wanted to reach out into the community to find some artists that we could partner with to do this project.
Up here, near Ponty here, one of my green one of yellow all colors. Near Ponty, I work here, I'm working inside Neil.
Well, I do sorts of paintings and I do sorts of drawings for in a scratchbook and everything, and I do lots of painting. I like to draw. I like to color things.
We do different stuff and different paintings and different kind of animals.
We offer learning classes for people, various one-to-one supports for them to build on their skills and abilities, as well as it's a place that people gather and have friendships and relationships, and just really amazing things happen here.
My name is Courtney Faulkner. My art practice right now is primarily focused in photography, mainly analog photography, and the concepts that I'm working on, like studying and investigating further, are intimacy. So for me, when I'm taking a photograph of someone, it's often of a person that I'm close to, or I care for, or I have love for that person.
My experience with Courtney is primarily through Pop-Up Yoga Lethbridge. Courtney brings a fearlessness and a grace to it that really, really supports everybody just showing up as they are and being themselves and being held and supported and celebrated. So the work that Courtney's doing with us no doubt trickles into the work she does with the arts and with the community and our relationships and our interactions with others.
Courtney's worthy of awards because I feel like sometimes, especially if you're new, if you're just starting to attend school, or you might not necessarily be as involved in, let's say, communities that make the decisions, it's hard to sometimes feel validated and recognized if you're doing art that's outside of comfort zones. And a lot of the art that they engage with is really different and not necessarily the most comfortable for everyone.
Courtney did our photos for our annual spring equinox. We do a yoga jam at the Galt Museum every spring. There's about 100 yogis that show up for this, and she spent the day capturing the practice, which was about an hour and a half long. We were really, really stoked to have Courtney on our side for this one, and the pictures and the art that she created from that day really speak to the immense power and just magic of that practice.
I've been photographing people that I'm close with in their most intimate space, which is, I feel, to be their bedroom. I feel like my bedroom is a very strong reflection of who I am, and it's a place that I sleep, and I go there to be alone, and that's a really intimate thing. So I want to photograph more people in their personal spaces that are also reflections of them. I've made a lot of really strong relationships here, both in like the arts community and like many other communities. I'm really involved in like yoga as well, and I've like set roots here, and I feel stable here, and in like having that stability, it's allowing me to grow more as an artist. Like I feel supported, so then I can do what it is that I need to do, essentially.
Hi, my name is Alex Bach, and I am an artist. I like to paint portraits, and I like to paint landscapes. When it comes to portraits, I like to paint very realistically. It shows personality of the person who I'm painting, and also some hidden aspects of their life that it will show through the portrait.
Alex was my first contact with the Lethbridge Artists Club, and he was so encouraging of joining the club, and how could he help to make sure that my participation in it was a success, was a pleasure for me and a possibility.
Involving in volunteering for the Lethbridge Artists Club, I enjoyed it very much, and it was quite an impact. I made quite a few very close friends throughout the years. I don't want any retribution for it. I just volunteer because I love it, and I put a lot of effort in being as good as I could be.
Alex is one of those people who just takes on every task. So if we were hanging a show here at CASA or anywhere else in the community, he would always be there helping to hang a show. He'd always be there to take down a show. He's just an active participant in every way. So when I think of Alex, he's just what every volunteer should be, what every club member should be. Somebody who's looking for the best that the club can be and participating in a way that shows that club off.
This award that I was given, I don't even know what to say, because I have never been nominated in such a honorable way. So it is a great honor to be nominated for the Joan Waterfield Award.
Well, Joan Waterfield was one of those really entertaining characters, and things happened because she came up with a good idea and made that go on. So in case in point, Alex was a part of a committee with me for the portrait competition for the 80th anniversary of the Lethbridge Artists Club. And he came up with the idea that we should do a book, that we should prepare this booklet. And it was going to be oodles of work. And there were 4 of us on the committee, and we had lots of work to do to put on the portrait competition. And it was hundreds and hundreds of hours of extra work. But we produced this gorgeous book to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the Artists Club. And it was really because he didn't give up on that happening.